Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I have a Halloween junk journal that is made entirely out of junk. I started with a cereal box and I cut it. I already had done some pages, so I actually cut it to fit my pages. I have covered it with a blouse that I had gotten at an estate sale, and I got it because I wanted to use it for a Halloween junk journal. I've used the pamphlet stitch, and I did 7 holes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has 2 signatures. The color theme is black and blood red. It's totally out of my norm. And it is called Greenville because I would like to introduce you to the community of Greenville. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And of course, you need a skeleton key to open this book. I've used some black lace, some cheesecloth. There is a little sequin spider hanging around up here. I've used one of the Tim Holtz holders here, and I just did the word Greenville on my computer and printed it out. So here we go. And then I've got a hitch fastener that I've used, and I used one of these. And I think it was holding like a cookie box or something. Anyway, I have a bunch of them. And since the theme was red, I went ahead and I was able to use that. And then I just attached a variety of the fibers that I'm using here in the book. Okay, so go ahead and let's go visit Greenville. You open it up, and we have a pocket made out of black lace here. I've attached a variety of the fibers over here on the edge, including a piece of the blouse, some cheesecloth, and some tulle. I did this book belongs to here, and here I have a note paper that had the red flowers, which I thought went really good with that. It is coffee dyed. Pretty much everything in here is coffee dyed. And we have a time card, and I've done the flip up pocket on this and just put a tag that has an admit one, and then one of these little miniature, there's the moon. Okay, so this is a miniature ticket I made with my new downloadable printable. That this one, the first one, will be free, and it will be available in my Scrap All About It Facebook group. And so I will be showing you throughout this book the pieces that will be in that that first downloadable printable. Okay, so here are the Greenvilles, and this is the original people that lived and the town is named after, and I've just put their picture here in the front. Here's a couple more of those little tickets. This one has the great big moon, and this has the scary house up on the hill. Here we have your 2 tickets to admit you and a guest, because you probably don't want to go alone, into Greenville for Fright Night. Okay, and it's totally toxic. Okay, I also have included this note paper that I coffee dyed on, got a little piece of something here. Coffee dyed it on a tray that has holes in it. So I have attached this little tag here with the skeleton, and we have a tuck that tuck flip. I think that's what it's called. But you're able to write here. Okay? So, and this lifts up so you can put things behind, into the pocket and behind them. And I've just held them in here with an eyelet around the wire. And you remember when I was making that embellishment, I already had in my mind what I was going to be using it for. So here we have another one of the printouts, and this one is, these are all scary buildings in Boston. Was it Boston? I think it was Boston. No, it was in Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland. And they were postcards from the early 1900s. So you lift it up and it says haunting. So there's the haunting house. And then this is a border flip. There's area to write here, and you open it up, and this is the inside their mansion. Here we have her Lady Greenville's wedding picture. She's kind of scary now. Yep, so there we have that. And we have another little note card there. We have the door knocker, the spider hanging down, and a spider web up above. This is a panel card that I had in my stash. You can knock on the door if you dare. And here we are in Greenville. So there's Greenville. And the Greenvilles live on Howell Street or Road. Howell Road. Not spelled right, but still funny. Howell Road. And that's their house. Okay, so you turn the page, and I have another one of those little tickets that I did, and it's of the big scary house. So it's another angle of this same building. And we just have a little ticket here and some more of the map of Greenville. Here we have a tag, and this is where Mr. Greenville is buried, and he likes to watch over the town. So there he is, sort of, his skeleton. See, there he is. Fright night, there's your ticket. And I just have a little paper clip here holding. Then I have the cheesecloth, and then down here we have a spider, and it's sewn into the cheesecloth, and it hangs down out of the book. So you turn it, and up here I also added, I sewed in some more of the fibers. So some of the lace, some of the tulle, and some of the blouse is actually sewn in on the corner there. You turn it over, and you can see the stitching from sewing in the cheesecloth. I made a tuck pocket out of the cheesecloth. And we have the Eye of Newt, bottle poison, and we have it marked poison, and we have our little skeleton tag there. Here we have one of the candlesticks. This candlestick is known to float through the house, and there's the newt. He's staying far away from the bottle. And here we have a curtain flip. So I cut up the blouse, and you flip it up, and there is a picture on the wall behind the flip. Places to write. This is another paper that tray that I have that gives you polka dots when you coffee dye. So this is the center of the signature, and you might remember this from when I made the ghosts and the brooms, that this was laying on the table and the ghosts were on it, and it just kind of looks scary. So this whole book was made because of that picture and this scary picture. Okay, so here we have some little skeleton poison bottles. They say boo on the back of them. We have our chandeliers, and they hang, and they swing all the time. They never stop swinging in this house. They just swing. Are you scared yet? Okay, so then we have this little book, and this is the Greenville family, and this is their book of family fun. And so you can go ahead and it's just, so there's their door knocker on a tag, and beware your Fright Nights tag. You get another ticket, and this little flip envelope is in here. A little bit of the music paper. This is all made with the papers that were left over. This is a piece of the Ironworks book that I have, and there's the man in the moon, and ooh, the tombstones. So this is their little family album here, and it just tucks right into the side there. Okay, and we thought, you know, you're in their parlor, you might want to eat, drink, and be scary. There's another note card here as well, and then some chandelier washi tape. And one of these chandeliers I got at last year at the shop that did not hop. What are they called? Oh man, it's a scrapbook store in Santa Clarita. It's a really famous one. And their theme was Phantom of the Opera, and as a guest I got one of these chandelier stamps from them, and then the other one I got on another set of stamps that I have. So here's another haunted house, and this one actually people don't even go in there, so we don't know what it's like on the inside at all. Here you have a place to put something. We have another eat, drink, and be scary, and there's the owl, and there's the moon. Okay, this little border here, pocket, is part of the Ironworks book, and I coffee dyed it, and I cut pieces out and put them inside here. Here we have an open tuck spot using one of the note papers from Michael's. It says Toxic Thoughts. And here we have another map page, and when you turn it over here, this is where the local, her story, she was a teacher, and it's just too scary to tell. And she lived on Moonville Road. I don't know if you can see that, but right there is Moonville Road, and her house looked like it was meant for some type of princess from a foreign land, and she haunts, and so there's her ghost, and it says boo. Now here is another pocket from the Ironworks. This is the interactive tag that I made, and so you can decide where you want to go on to next. Witches, spiders, you know, scream. So there you go. Just silly. Okay, so that is the end of the first signature, and now we are going down the road, and this is the doctor. Okay, and he was known for kind of getting into his medicine a lot, and he happens to shop at the Hanson Rivet Company. So maybe he's making like a Frankenstein or something. And he's only here for the booze. So every town has to have a doctor, and he's their doctor. So there's his house. Look, I wonder who he's buried in the backyard. So we have some of the tulle, and I've just cut it out. It is spiderweb tulle, and I cut it out at the edges of the spider webs and used that for the edging. So here we are, and some of the children still like to go out and trick-or-treat in this town. And so shadows of 1,000 years rise again unseen. Voices whisper in the trees. Tonight is Halloween. And there they are. They're going out. It's October 31st. And here we have a place that you can write or put a picture. We have the man in the moon. Some great coffee dyeing. We have this black lace, paper lace, that I cut out, and then Look at that great coffee dye. And then I've stamped the old spooky tree and a tombstone. And this is some of that children's paper. And it crinkled like crazy, so it's pretty scary. We have a paper clip here with some tulle on it. Here we have a tag with some potions. And, you know, maybe this is where they keep their recipes. I'm not sure, but there's blood on the cabinet where this thing is being kept. Okay. And then we just have a banner up here that says beware. So you might not want to go any further. And next, we're going to climb up this hill to this scary, scary house. It's a full moon. I'm not sure we want to go. So this is another one of the cut aparts, or the another one of the images that you get in the downloadable printable. And here's that scary house again. It's quite famous in Greenville. It's the Greenville house. So next we have a couple of, well, there was a tutorial on making things with mason jar die cuts, and that's one of them. And this was a trash to treasure tag. So this was actually charms came on this. I think like the crown charms or something. So I just added this tag to it, sewed around it like a crazy person, and there you go. I added a tab here and some of the red yarn that I've been using. This came from a rummage sale. I got a bunch of just little tiny balls of fibers and yarn. So this is what I'm using throughout this book. So there is a little tuck spot here, and of course the spider web. It's a little bit spooky. There's the spider and some blood there. Maybe pricked their finger when they were sewing this on. I don't know. So this is where the witch lives, and she has her self-portrait here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. She was quite pretty, and then she's not. So her broom just hangs on the wall. It's part of her magic that her broom is able to just hang on the wall. She has her potions and her cauldron here, and we have her little black cats, and they are, this is the signature, the center of the signature, and they are sequins tied on. Okay, next, this is the pocket that I made in one of my previous videos. It's got potent poison and witchcrafted. Let's see, pieces of the iron book. Here's a recipe, here's a tag, and then the witches dance. So we have the music for the witches dance, and it's folded up, and you can write on that, and it just goes in this pocket here. So the tag is coming out so that the fibers will go out and be part of the outside of the book and part of the whole experience. So here is the witching hour is here, because you know, here we are in the witch's house, and there's some tombstones, says beware. Here's the little pocket. I've added the tombstones and the bats, and here's a tag inside of it. And then here's some test tubes. You just never know. And if you've made it this far, you get another ticket to give to a friend for Fright Night. Okay? And next, there's the witch, and she's on her way home, and she has captured these two little girls. And it says, "I'll get you, my pretties." So, these two little girls. And those are part of the downloadable printables that I have in my Facebook group. They're not there yet. They'll be there later today. And then we have these notes. It's another one of the notes from Michael's. And it's just here, and then the tag here with the red strings that also come out and give some texture to the outside of the book. This page is coffee dyed with a doily. This page has a cupcake liner, spiderweb cupcake liner, a poison mason jar, and some toxic thought notes. And they're all clipped in underneath that paper clip. So now this is cat territory. So we've got a bottle of Black Cat Hiss. It is backed by a gold seal. We have a very skinny, kind of interesting looking cat, some bats and tombstones here on a ledger paper that I got at Staples and is coffee dyed. Here is the other side of the little bag, spiderweb bag. It says pick your poison, and it's just a card using one of the Martha Stewart stickers on some panel cards that I had. Here we have the coffin, and it is a stencil. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So it is one of this, it's this stencil, and these are screen stencils. So there's a screen in between, and that's how they're able to get you a stencil that it is so detailed. Okay, and I did a tutorial or a make with me, and here is a stamp. This is a stamp from a stamp set that I got at Target or somewhere for $1. And I mean, that's a great cat. Here's some ruffle of the blouse. Still looking pretty scary. Here is the larger image of the Greenville house. And 2 tickets. These are for the after party. If you make it through, then now you've got tickets to go to the after party. We have a bottle of Blood of Bat. And so we have bats on these pages. We have some music notes. Here is Captain Tower. And he actually lives in this building. He chose here because there was no lighthouse anywhere near. So, anyway, so there he is. And this is some of his, where he puts his special notes. And he likes to sing. So there's some music, and he plays the piano. And he has one of those player pianos also. And here you go. I've signed it here. This is the back page. I hope you enjoyed your visit to Greenville. This book will be available in my Etsy shop, and I hope you go see it there. And of course, would love to have you join us in my Facebook group, Scrap All About It, where you can go ahead and in the files section, you'll be able to download and use those items that I showed you in the book. So that was our tour of Greenville. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are having a wonderful October and are looking forward to Halloween. Have a great day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, I would love to know what your favorite was in this book. It was a lot of fun to make. It did take quite a while. I was actually making 2 books at the same time. So coming soon, I will have Asheville, which is kind of a more fun and not a scary place to visit. And so that will be coming soon. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.